Another resource that you will want to pay attention to before the course starts is the online library. When students navigate to the online library, they might get there from the Resources drop-down menu or from the library items that are linked to lecture pages. When viewing the list of library items, they will see if anything is marked required or optional as well. You can edit the online library by managing it. If you already have an item in your online library which you want to mark as mandatory, in other words, required, or maybe mark it as optional or for reference only, you need to click on the item's editing icon, the familiar pencil. This opens up the item's options where you can edit the importance field to be reference, required, or optional before saving your changes. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek at how that appears to the students. From the Resources drop-down menu, I will right-click the online library item to open it in a new tab so we can see the default, not the editing view. You can see that my edited item is now tagged with the word reference. Another thing you can do from that editing view of an individual item in the online library is to actually move items into different library folders, as well as link items to the syllabus or different lecture pages. For instance, let's go ahead and move this library item that happens to be a website's hyperlink into a folder called Module 1. I'm going to make sure that the item is marked optional, and I'm also going to make sure that I link it to one of my lecture pages. If I wanted to add it to the syllabus, I would check the appropriate box before clicking on, in this item's case, Update Link. After closing out of the confirmation dialog box, you can see the library item is now in my Module 1 folder. The online library allows you to upload files, create folders, or add hyperlinks in your online library. Each time you do one of these things, you have those same options to manage each new item so that it is placed inside an existing folder, marked with a level of importance, and linked to one or more lecture pages or the syllabus. If you want to make sure an item is not shown until a certain date, perhaps it's a prompt for an activity for the students to do, you can use this Open Date field. One thing you might want to do is to create a hidden archive folder to temporarily store items from past terms that are no longer relevant. Basically, you could archive items you don't think you're going to be using, that need updating, or for which you're not quite sure about deleting yet. Let's go ahead and create a new archive folder here. When you're creating that folder, use the checkbox option to make it a hidden folder. Then click Create Folder. After closing the confirmation dialog box, you can see this hidden folder appears differently in the library's editing view. Anything that is listed or housed in one of these hidden folders is not going to be visible to the students. In our example, in the student view again, you can see that my hidden folders are not at all visible. You can expand all to see all items in the library, collapse all to see only the folder names. When I collapse the folders, it is immediately obvious the hidden folders are not listed in my online library.